joined by Dave in Southeastern Connecticut, and Dave is known for a certain video, and you may actually recognize his shoulder from that video. Dave, your video has had over 1 million hits. The last check, almost 1.5 million. Tell me a little bit about the video that we're talking about.
The video is of my daughter, Rachel, and it took place about 2 years ago. And my wife and I were new parents at the time. She was our first child. So, like any parents, we did anything we could to try and calm her down. We would make faces with her, rattles, whatever we could do. And eventually we turned to trying music and bouncing her to music. So we tried all sorts of genre. We tried jazz, we tried rock, we tried blues, and we thought reggae might work with the steady beat. And eventually we went to hip hop, and it worked out really well for her. And a couple songs in particular, that the song "Hypnotized" by Notorious B.I.G. being one of them. So we put this on the web a couple days ago, I think about 4 days ago, and became quite the hit. We're pretty surprised at the reaction it's gotten from everyone.
So you said you were going through a number of genres. Was this a particular genre was this a particular brand of music that you yourself like or listen to?
Absolutely. I listen to hip hop. I listen to everything that I mentioned. I have a large music collection. I like listening to different types of music. So yeah, I had that on my computer and just put it on for her, and she seemed to love it.
Tell me a little bit about your thinking of this video being a couple years old. Baby videos really are all the rage. When you put this video on, were you thinking, hey, this might be interesting and this might become a hit, or were you just thinking, I'm going to put this on so my friends and family can watch?
No, that's actually why we put it on. Was some friends and family were asking me about it and said, where is this video? So I put it back on, and became the hit again. It became shared by friends and family on Facebook, and one person must have shared it with another, and so on, et cetera, and then all of a sudden it's all over the place. I can't believe the exposure that it's getting right now.
If there's one word to describe the reaction that you've been getting and just the response, what would that word be?
I'd say positive. I think that 99% of the people that have contacted us want to share, either say something nice about the video. They'll say that Rachel is cute, or they'll say it's funny. A lot of people share stories about what calmed them down as a baby, or what calmed their kids down as a baby. And those are the stories I really enjoy reading the most, because I just think it's interesting, and all of the different songs that would calm people down. I've heard country, I've heard Rob Zombie, I've heard all sorts of things that have calmed down babies since putting it up, and it's a lot of fun to read.
And locally here in Edmonton, we had, I don't know if you had a chance to check out this video, but in response to after posting your video, someone told me that a particular Red Hot Chili Peppers was a song that really helped calm down her toddler, and actually was inspired to try posting this on YouTube. I think it's had 98 hits in a day or so, but you must be getting stories like that all the time.
We do. We get a bunch of those, and I did check out the video. It's the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album, and I think the kid has pretty good taste. I think the mother put the radio off for a second, and there's, I think, Christmas music playing. I didn't pay attention as much to the other.
I think it was Christmas music. I listened to it this morning. I think you're right.
So I'd rather listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers than Christmas music anytime. I think the kid was right on there. That's great stuff.
So that kid may be, his name's Miles. He may be still crying if he has to listen to Christmas music over Chili Peppers for years to come.
Well, I could tell I can tell the mother of, was it the mother that put that on?
Yes, it was.
I'm sure that she'd rather listen to that song on a loop than having her child crying. I know that we listened to that Notorious B.I.G. song about 100 times, and that was fine with us because Rachel wasn't crying.
And how long of a period did that particular song work? You say about 100 times that you played it, but in what sort of time period?
Um, it's a couple of years ago, but I would say that we tried that probably worked for a couple weeks, maybe a month. Then she ended up liking college basketball. If college basketball was on, she would she would try to see the college basketball games. So I would record a game on DVR, and if she was crying, I'd put that on, and she was content. But usually we tried to stick with music because we noticed with the television on, she would just zone out while watching the basketball game, and she wouldn't move at all. So we didn't think that was so healthy for her. So we went back to music. She liked a couple other songs too that seemed to work well for her.
So 1.4 million watched on YouTube and millions more through traditional media. Tell me a bit about the response you received and kind of chronologically how things progressed here.
Well, I think the first day that we put it on, there were maybe 600 people that had seen it, and I figured that was just friends and family that must have shared it through Facebook. And then the next day, it was around 12,000, and I don't know if that's when media started picking it up, but at some point, people were commenting on the YouTube page and sending me messages from like television stations or radio stations, and that's when I started realizing, okay, this is really gaining some steam here. What sent it through the roof, though, a couple days ago, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, LeBron James tweeted it, and that sent a ton of people onto the page, and then just yesterday, Justin Bieber tweeted it, and that that caused so many people
The king of
to
Twitter.
go onto the webpage. It became really interesting because now the comments were competing between Notorious B.I.G. fans and Justin Bieber fans, and that's been pretty entertaining to read.
Yeah, when you get the king of Twitter involved, what is he, like 13, 14 million
I
likes,
think it's 28.
followers? 28.
Someone told me 28. I don't know if that's accurate, but I know LeBron James, my brother, told me it was about 2.8 million, and I think Justin Bieber's around 28 million. That might be off. I didn't look. I didn't look myself.
So what does your wife think about this? And I understand you have a newborn as well.
Yes.
Any musical preferences yet there?
No, you know what? He's, knock on wood, he hasn't been crying a whole bunch. So we've been pretty lucky with Jason. And yeah, Jason's about 6 weeks old now, and he's doing wonderfully. But you know what? We'll try it. If he starts crying, we'll try music. We'll try anything. But my wife thinks this is just as crazy as I do. It's, she'd be here, but she's taking care of Jason right now. Um, she thinks it's pretty wild, and the exposure and the press that we've been getting has been crazy. We didn't think that anything like this was going to happen, and we're enjoying it though.
With the internet, this will be around a long time. I'm sure the hype will eventually start to die down. What is the one thing that you hope will come out of this?
You're right. I mean, the hype will. These things I think are short-lived. So I wouldn't be surprised if next week, no one's watching the video at all. We don't have a lot of expectations about this. We put it out there, and we're both right now on leave. I'm a school teacher. My wife works for the health department, and we both took time off to raise Jason, as we did when Rachel was born. We took time off and stayed home and raised her together, which we think is pretty important. And I think that we're just going with it at this point. We don't have any expectations. We didn't have any purpose to putting it out there in the first place. So we're just enjoying the ride.
Sounds great. Well, it's been great as far as getting a lot of people to smile and to just have a good time and relax. So thanks very much, Dave, for taking some time to speak with me. And we look forward to seeing maybe what your next child wants to listen to when he does start to cry.
It was my pleasure. It's nice talking to you too. You take care.
Thanks very much.